Through the tropics of the Americas, there is a group of arachnids which can be commonly found, but very little is known about. These are the Stygnidae. A stygnid is a harvestman, and a harvestman is not a spider. They are small, only growing to about 6 millimeters, with most species smaller than that. Their color is generally unremarkable, though several species have white patches, stripes, or spots. Their legs are thin, except for the last pair, which in males is broader and bear tubercles used in male-on-male competition. But there are a couple more interesting features that separate Stygnidae from their close relatives. The first is the eye mound. In most harvestmen, the two eyes sit on a single shared turret in the middle of the carapace. In Stygnids, however, that turret has split. The eyes are mounted on two small separate mounds, one for each eye, sitting towards the back of the cephalothorax. The second feature are their pedipalps. The pedipalps are the second pair of appendages around the mouth, which in harvestmen function as raptorial graspers. In Stygnids, the pedipalps are generally long and thin, but with the femur and the patella elongated, and frequently bear rows of sharp, well-developed spines along their inner surface. When the animal grabs prey, the prey is impaled between the converging spines. In many species, the pedipalps are further modified into hinged pincers, used even more effectively for grabbing. Geographically, every native species of Stygnidae lives in the neotropics, so Central and South America, above the Tropic of Capricorn, and the Caribbean. They are absent from North America north of southern Mexico. To understand where the Stygnidae came from, we have to step back and think about the neotropics through the course of geological time. The harvestmen as an order are ancient. We have fossils around 300 million years old that are essentially recognizable as harvestmen. Within the order opiliones, the group the Laniatories diversified later, and within the Laniatories, the group containing the Stygnidae appear to be a Gondwanan radiation, meaning its early history is tied to the southern supercontinent that broke apart starting in the Jurassic period. The original Stygnids would have developed when South America was still attached to Africa. Harvestmen have no good way to travel. They can't fly, they can't silk balloon, and they can't swim. They are small and have to walk everywhere, so they haven't made it very far since the Jurassic. Today, the family Stygnidae contains two subfamilies, the Heterostygnidae and the Stygninae, and approximately 111 described species in around 30 genera. Their biogeographic pattern tells us something about how the family evolved. Heterostygnidae are scattered across northern South America and the Lesser Antilles, with the Antillean species likely representing an old Caribbean lineage that diverged when the Caribbean tectonic plate was repositioning itself sometime in the Miocene. Stygninae are overwhelmingly found in the Amazon, with the highest diversity in the western and central Amazon basin. Some genera extend into the Atlantic rainforest of eastern Brazil, while others have radiated extensively along the Andean foothills. A few species reach surprisingly high altitudes, collected at 3,000 meters in the Venezuelan Andes. The Stygnids are predators, probably. Their pedipalps, those long-spined, grasping appendages I described earlier, are raptorial. They are built for seizing small invertebrates and holding them while the chelicerae, the pincer-like mouthparts in front of the mouth, pull apart and dismantle the prey. The chelicerae of many male Stygnids are noticeably swollen, sometimes hugely so, with the basal segment expanded into a bulb, which probably reflects musculature for biting through armored prey. In most species, the chelicerae bear small teeth along the cutting edge, and in some species, the male's chelicerae can be larger than the rest of the body combined. It is thought that these huge male chelicerae could be used in some sort of male-on-male combat for mating. Many species have been collected from leaf litter using Berlese funnels or sifting. Others were collected from the trunks of trees at night, especially during heavy rain, when they apparently skitter up from the forest floor up the trees to avoid the flooding. A few species are cave dwellers. Cave-adapted stygnids show some of the convergent traits we see in other cave-living arachnids. They have paler bodies, sometimes reduced eyes, and slightly elongated appendages. Almost everything we think we know about stygniid life history comes from the general biology of the larger group, the Laniatories, and a single paper that was published in the 1980s studying Harvestmen in the central Amazon. And that's about it. Well, we know a lot about their penis structures, but other than that, you have just heard everything we know about a group of hundreds of species of animals.